Hey, welcome to the second course video for the song Alive or Dead from BAND-MAID in their album World Domination. I'm musically malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. In these videos, we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. So let's get in, take a look. All right, Alive or Dead is one of the most intense songs on World Domination. A high-pressure, psychological thriller disguised as a rock track. It deals with uncertainty, illusion, risk, and the fragile line between truth and deception. The narrator is caught inside shifting realities, lies versus truth, fate versus choice, risk versus reward, survival versus collapse. The song pulses with forward momentum, like running through a maze while the floor moves beneath your feet. Instead of waiting for miracles or guarantees, the lyrics insist, push forward, break borders, make the leap. Your fate depends on your own movement. Alive or Dead ultimately becomes a challenge, a dare to cross into the unknown, other side, not by trusting luck, but by confronting chaos with intention. Verse 1. Why? Why did your figure vanish? Why does this growing price keep expanding? Who said it? You said it? I don't even know. Lie? I try to pin down the proof. Lie? Carving blocks of truth. Getting, growing, a chain reaction. Interesting. I feel it coming. Untangle the intentions, like escaping a maze. I feel it coming, caught in the undertow, believe in fate. Like this emergence, right? Escaping a maze, getting out of something that was difficult, confusing. But then the same here. Well, I guess if it's like trying to escape a maze, that would fit these lines better. Because obviously if you're caught in an undertow, you haven't escaped from it, right? You're being dragged along, you're being pulled, and you're going to have to fight against it. And so in the same sense, I would say untangling the intentions is like escaping a maze. So not the feeling of getting out, but the difficulty that's within. Please rise up, cross over the lines higher and higher. This shifting, ever-moving world makes the future unpredictable. If you're hung up on whether there's a guarantee, you don't get it. There are no miracles. Borders line up like magic spells, and to keep them from solidifying, we pile up again and again. I'll take you with me to the other side. This is interesting. I wonder if we'll get any explanation. But obviously these borders, these constraining walls, even if maybe you continue the imagery of the maze, it's almost like these walls keep coming up, but to keep them from solidifying, to keep you from actually being able to get over or break through them, obviously there's that line, we pile up again and again. So we'll see if we can get more context on this, or more understanding, excuse me. Desires squirm, lighting up the darkness in black. A flame blown out in a single breath, because now we are partners in crime. I love that. Check the influence we give. Face the psyche that's starting to burn. To live or to die, that's a choice you make. So yeah, this idea, I would imagine it has to do with like these ideas, these thoughts that are starting to burn within you. You have to face them, and you have to make a choice on whether you're going to stay stuck or survive. Break the period. Create today anew. Even if something blocks your path. I wonder if this is period is in literally like the end of a sentence. Like break through this. Because again, the imagery keeps talking about being stuck, being at an end, facing walls, facing adversities, and breaking through those things, not allowing yourself to stay constrained. That's a really cool. Sorry to keep switching cameras. I don't know. I just picture like sentences going and there's a period, but there's a person running along with it, and they're just like the sentence ends and there's a period that tries to block them in, and they break through it. Even if something blocks your path, carve your way through. Lock away the risks you can't see. Watch your step, don't slip. Like a magic trick, a nosedive turns to bubbles. That's a very cool line. What is it? There was a movie or something, I'm trying to remember, that turned something difficult, like a bad guy or an enemy, into something totally non-scary, non-threatening. But that's what it makes me think of, right? This challenge that looks scary, impossible, all of a sudden turns into bubbles in front of you like this magic trick. But struggling and struggling, you seize the foggy night. I'll take you with me to the other side. Please rise up, cross over the lines, higher still. In this shifting world, the future can't be predicted. If you care about guarantees, you don't get it. Miracles don't exist. Borders line up like magic incantations. Okay, that's a repeating line. Let's go check down here. Borders like magic spells. Japanese imagery. Boundaries drawn as if enchanted, representing psychological or societal limits. The other side, not death, a metaphor for transformation, breakthrough, a new phase. If you care about guarantees, you don't get it. A challenge to the listener. Creation, change, and risk happen without certainty. Nosedive into bubbles represents failure that evaporates instantly, a trick of perception. Fast, sharp, futuristic, fitting. Yeah. And this one is really interesting too, right? A trick of perception, like a magic trick, because it's not that the difficulties go away. And that even reminds me of one of the other lines in here that I found interesting. That was like locking away. Yeah, lock away the risks you can't see. It's kind of like, don't give power to those things that you know are risks. They could be obstacles, but you kind of lock them away. Because if you allow those risks to run freely, the idea of them, it may stop you from moving forward. So in the same sense, a magic trick, a nosedive turning into bubbles, isn't that the things just disappear, but your perception of them, the way that you confront them, you can turn these things that seem impossible into bubbles before you, but it's about how you perceive them, how you approach them and think about them. Really interesting. Honestly, one of the most interesting songs on this album so far. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for being with me for this one. Hope to see you in the next one, because we're eating good.